Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. Every child in my family knows how to swim. We all swim. I grew up in the 60s in Wilmington, Delaware, and there was an all-black pool. A lot of black people don't swim, not because they are afraid of water, but there was no opportunity to swim. We had an all-black pool in our city. It was Price's Run Park, and Price's Run Pool at Price's Run Park. And my brothers learned to swim before me. Now, my brothers can tell you these stories about learning to swim with Joe Biden. Did she just say learning to swim with Joe Biden? Yes, he was the lifeguard at the all-black pool. And so they learned to swim when he was still there. I think he had just left when I was coming to swim there. And when my brothers taught me how to swim, they literally pushed me in the deep end. Now, they jumped in right with me and stayed with me. And I started swimming, and they were with me and they were guiding me, but that's not how you should learn how to swim. But they said something to me that stayed with me. And I said, why did you do that? Why did you do that? And they said, because it's easier in the deep. It's easier to let go in the deep. You're going to hold the side if you're over there. When I first got my children, the first three came. Fatima was 3 months old, Jabril was 1.5 years, and William was 8. And first thing we did was learn how to swim. Well, the instructor said Fatima needed to wait until she was 6 months old because she hadn't done anybody that young. But Fatima was ready. She was ready. And I think she learned at 5 months. So all of them knew how to swim, and they all swim like fish. And everybody in my family, you take us to the water and you better just stand there and watch because we're going way out, way out in the deep. When I was teaching in the summer times, I taught Upward Bound in the summer in the Virgin Islands, and because it's the Virgin Islands. And so none of my students could swim. Here they were living on the island, and nobody could swim. And I said, no, you're going to have to swim, and you can't pass this class if you can't swim. And they were like, well, Dr. Berry, this is a writing class. What's the writing got to do with swimming? I said, everything. Dr. Berry, this is a social studies class. What's swimming have to do with social studies? Everything. So I would take them after class. Everybody had to meet me down by the water, and I taught everybody how to swim. I said, you're not passing this class if you can't swim. And I would always teach them to come on out in the deep. And they said, why? We're afraid. I said, no. It's easier to let go when you're already in the deep. When I meet students who are just completing their master's degree, I tell them, PhD is easier. And they go, is that true? And I say, no, but it's easier in the deep. There's something about it. It's that letting go that, people don't tell you. Just jump on out. Stop being afraid of it. One day I was lecturing at this big company, big important company, and the new executives, these were top brass young people who were new to the company or new to the position. They were at a conference, and I was speaking there. There was a young man in the front, really handsome young man, and he was smiling at me with so much admiration, and the admiration felt like love, and he looked like he could be my child, and I thought, oh, how beautiful. And afterwards he said, Dr. Berry, can I speak to you? And I said, yes, of course. And he said, may I hug you? And I said, yes, you can. Because he felt familiar. He felt like one of my children. And he whispered in my ear, he said, Dr. Berry, you taught me how to swim. And you taught me so much more. It really is easier in the deep. And we stood there and we talked, and he told me about his life and all the amazing things he had done. And he said that lesson stayed with him. That too many of his friends were clinging to what they already knew. And it was easier to let go. Just jump right into what you don't know. Now, the thing that's easier is that you've already been through the harder stuff. life is already harder. We're learning new things, we're changing, we're growing, we're seeing differently. But sometimes you have to let go. The fear of the unknown is not the same as the fear of success. You're not afraid of success. You're afraid of the unknown. But let go, because when you do, you will find that life offers so many new things. So many new things. I love you. I'm not about to ride a horse. I'm going to swim.